Chargers, I think, if it's going to be the way I think it is, they're in.
Yeah, I think Rivers is going to probably be playing with a true fire under his ass because he's a great quarterback, and where's he really gone? And this, even with the loss of Henry, may be the most complete team they've had with him at the helm. So, they could make a push.
They could. Definitely could. But the West is just so crazy. I mean, you have the team we're going to talk about next. The Chiefs, last season, started off, 7-0? 6-0?
And then imploded in glorious fashion.
I was saying 100% the Chiefs are the best team in the NFL. The best team in the NFL. And then they lose to the Giants.
And then the Jets.
Yeah, so...
Then they lost to the Jets. Let's not forget that.
They did lose to the Jets. That's even worse. Did the Bills play the Chiefs?
I can't remember. I don't think so.
I don't think they did either. But the Giants, the Jets, and the Cowboys all beat them last season.
Yeah.
The podcast is undefeated against the Chiefs.
Fact.
The big question with the Chiefs is obviously quarterback. Is Mahomes, the franchise? And it seems they're betting on him. They let Alex Smith go without seeming to have much concern. So they're definitely betting on Mahomes. To me, he's unproven, so they are just a huge question mark.
I don't think they're a question mark, and I'll tell you why. Alex Smith, while he's been statistically very good, he's getting up there in age, and he provides you the best chance to win among the two quarterbacks. But here's the secret. I don't think the Chiefs are trying to win. I think the Chiefs are trying this trust the process type of feel. Because they're going to have an awesome core of young players when, 2-3 years down the road. If Mahomes can be what we think he might be able to be with his massive arm and his workhorse mentality. We all know Tyreek Hill is quite possibly the most explosive player in the NFL.
Right.
Kareem Hunt, he fumbled once on the first drive of the first game of the season, and then didn't fumble for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I love how it's like Kareem Hunt, and it's like, remember that guy Jamal Charles? And it's like, who?
Right. Right. So, and then Travis Kelce.
I mean, I don't know that they're definitely trying to tank. I don't think they're really trying to necessarily win now, and I don't think that's the mentality they should have. But I think they're trying to, stay somewhat competitive. I mean, they did let go of Marcus Peters, which means their defense is going to be even worse. Who did they sign? I know they signed Sammy Watkins, who's, meh at best.
That's adorable.
Huh?
I said that's adorable.
But they still have, they have Hunt, they have Travis Kelce, they have Tyreek Hill. So if Mahomes is the real deal, then their offense is going to look pretty fantastic.
You're right, it is. And with that, I want to ask you this question. And you can feel free to yell at me however you want to respond. Is Travis Kelce the best tight end in the NFL?
I say yes, just because Gronk is never healthy for a full season. And I think if he was, then it's without question Gronk. But because of the health concerns, I give the advantage Kelce because he could be out there pretty much every game. He sometimes gets some nicks and might miss a game a season here and there. That's about it.
Gronk has missed
He did
8
have
games.
He did miss like part of one season, I think, with a pretty serious injury, if I'm remembering correctly. But his injury concerns are nowhere near Gronk's. He's a pretty decent blocker. He's got fantastic hands.
He can throw.
And he's just a very difficult to match up with. So I think because of the lesser injury concerns, then yes, I put him at the top right now.
Tony, you said no. Who's ahead of him?
I do think that a healthy Gronk is better than him. If we're going to take into the injury concerns over consistency, yeah, I guess you could make the argument that Kelsey and Gronk are 1-2 because of the difference in Kelsey's ability to be on the field. Gronk's also been doing this longer. So, and for a long time, Gronk was the only one that Brady threw to. Because God knew what he was going to get other than Edelman.
Right.
But, so I consider them there. That being said, I don't think that Zach Ertz is very far behind either one of them.
Okay, so there are 2 names that I had in the back of my mind that the top 4 tight ends, I don't feel like there's that much separation between them. And my order, number 1 is Travis Kelce. He's got better hands, better route running. He's easier to bring down, but that's just because Gronk is straight drunken rage.
Yeah.
Then Zach Ertz, and then I think we touched on him last week. Delaney Walker.
I do like Delaney Walker.
His route running
Delaney
is impeccable. Catches anything thrown around him. Consummate, show up, shut up, put up. That's Delaney
Walker's
Walker.
Definitely very underrated, which I think we discussed when we were talking about the Titans.
Couldn't agree more. And I do think that there is potential for Ingram to be a great wide receiving tight end, but there's not enough for me to go on to even make that assessment yet in New York. He looked really well and comfortable his rookie season, but I think that his production was also due to the fact that there was literally no one else to throw the ball to other than Sterling Shepard. So I obviously expect it to regress, but it is hopeful to see someone so young be that decent in their first year.
I was going to say, well, I mean, you'd better feel comfortable when you get 287% of the passes thrown to you in practice.
Well, yeah, but I mean that was a product of the environment, not necessarily the norm, which means he may have a little bit pressure off of him after already proving to be able to handle his position his rookie year. I like him as a weapon, but again, there's not enough. I haven't seen enough for me to be able to. Same thing with O.J. Howard. I think he's really good, but I haven't seen enough of him to be able to determine, does he belong in this conversation near the top?
I think O.J. Howard should change positions. When he's got the ball in his hands, he's great. He's big. He can hit. He can block. I'm just not keen on his route running. I'm not keen on his catching ability. Bring back the fullback. Line him up in the backfield. Give him the ball. Let him do what he does. Don't put him in an opportunity to where he can't make plays.
Right, but this RPO fad right now kind of killed the fullback. Until that goes and runs its course, you're not going to see the fullback all that often anymore, unless it's goal line and one, and you're Pete Carroll and you want to fake a run to pass it in the Super Bowl.
For those of you who can't see, I just covered my eyes because of how annoying that was. After seeing the stills, the photos, yeah, it looks like he's got a wide open, smart play to lock it. He doesn't.
No, because
obviously
the route jumped because once they realized it was a pass, it's going to be a quick pass. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. Anyway, we're digressing. AFC West. Chiefs?
Right. So, Pat Mahomes, can he get the job done? Can Kareem Hunt repeat his crazy success? Is Travis Kelce the best tight end in the NFL? We discussed one of the 3.
I think that the Chiefs and the Chargers are going to flip-flop one way or another. One of them can have a really good year, and the other one may be a little bit disappointing. Because the Chargers want to win. Like, they have framework that they want to build around, but they really want to get the most that they can out of Phillip Rivers before he's gone. Whereas I think that you're right in the trust the process. I think in Kansas City there's going to be growing pains. And this team all functioning as a smooth operating machine on offense. And there's not a ton on defense there. I mean, Lamar is an animal at linebacker, and they do have some good players on that defense, which, again, may keep them in games kind of like it will in Denver. But I don't know that. I think this is going to be more of a feeling out. Let's try and get the car running smoothly this season for the next couple of years coming up.
Right. Step one: put the key into the car.
Start the engine. Make sure it drives.
Exactly.
We're not looking to set records here in time lapse, but we need to make sure that this is going to work.
We aren't at a Ferrari yet. We're at a Toyota, whatever car you want it to be. And, maybe in a couple of years, if we save up enough, we'll be at that Ferrari. I like the comparison. That was good.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just feel that that's what they're going to do. They're going to just make sure everything works, work out some of the kinks, try and get more communication amongst those big, heavy hitters they have on offense, and try and actually get the whole machine to run smoothly so that for the next 3 to 5 years, they're going to be competing for that division.
Correct. I caught myself. Almost said it.
You did. I saw you start to say it.
Almost. No, you're completely right. I think that this year is the year of suck for the Kansas City Chiefs. And I really liked that analogy of the car. So speaking of car,
we're going to Oakland.
We're going to Oakland.
And then Las Vegas.
And then Las Vegas, where you'll lose the keys to the car because you bet them.
That's what happens when you bet the house.
Exactly. So Raiders, biggest question, Khalil Mack. I heard today Raiders are open to trading Khalil Mack.
They're going to want something big out of it.
Well, he's going to walk.
Right, but, I mean, do you not... Again, this is the Le'Veon Bell thing. Do you not play? I mean, at this point, they're probably going to trade him. But I also think that this... Right now, this is a very strange situation because I believe it's Mack and Donald. I think that they're playing off of each other. Neither one of them wants to blink first and accept a contract because the other one's going to be like, all right, that's my benchmark. I need to be making more than that.
I disagree. I think Aaron Donald. So let's say Khalil Mack gets a contract. We'll say 5 years, $60 million, whatever is. I don't know what a good price for.
It's hard to dictate a price for a guy who went to the Pro Bowl in 2 different positions in 1 year.
Right.
It's not like there's a benchmark set for that dude.
I think Aaron Donald's going to be like, I see you with your $60 million. I still want 90.
Yeah, but I mean, you're talking about a defensive player of the year and potentially one of the most dominant, versatile defensive players that we have right now. And they both want to get paid. In Mack's situation, I think it's a little bit different because Mack is trying to feel out the new regime. They basically gutted the entire office and coaching staff that was Oakland. So now there's a new tone set. He's in his contract. He's trying to feel out where they're trying to go with it. They're trying to feel him out. Well, what if we do trade him? It's going to be a huge question mark specifically on the Oakland defense. But I will say that Oakland is the most intriguing team in the AFC West to me because they can either be struggling mightily or they could come out of the gate and set the world on fire and surprise all of us. I can go either way on them.
Let me ask you this question. The Raiders have gotten rid of Michael Crabtree.
So what?
I
wish we could be rid of Michael Crabtree.
Hold on.
They replaced him with Jordy Nelson.
Right.
That's an upgrade.
They did replace him with Jordy Nelson.
I don't know that that's an upgrade. I think that's a equal trade probably, given Jordy's injury history.